Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well. My name is Nick and it's time for a homebrew now. This one is Egghead Round the Med on the 128K zxspectrum, or Egghead 5 if you will. It's part of a series of course expanding series. This one was published by Jonathan Cauldwell in 2007. He did all of them. It's a platformer and each game seems to be slightly better or more advanced than the last one. Let's do my keys here. Others in the series, well, this was released, I would say, 18 years after the original Egghead, or way back in the day, 1989, which was a cover tape. Now, there's two modes of play, puzzle or item collection. I think I've gone for an item collection here. I think I prefer puzzle, but you'll notice the difference here, if you're up with all the Egghead games, is the first one, when he starts doing somersaults. Oh God, get the timing right, Nick. He starts doing somersaults, a bit like nodes of Yes Odd. So he's learnt a bit of gymnastics here. In this collecting mode, it's just about collecting all these potatoes or eggs from around the place to complete the game. So we'll get out of this after a while. We'll do the more traditional puzzle game. The other ones in the series was Egghead to the Rescue, also came out in 1989, which we reviewed. Egghead in Space, Homebrew 2003. Egghead Entertain 2006, also reviewed. And after this is Egghead Go to Town in 2017, which I'm sure I'll get to at some point. Time of recording, I haven't got to it, but you might be watching this now and I have got to it. Anyway, so it's all about seeing the different screens. What I do like, which I'm always a fan of in platform games, if the screens have got their individual names rather than nothing, so gives it a bit more character, it makes it feel like you're getting somewhere. This is Bosun's Locker. Good. We're on a boat and we're going around the Med and we're basically doing stuff. Now, I haven't mentioned it yet, but you probably noticed it already or heard it if you've got ears. The music on this is absolutely sensational. If you look at the original Egghead game, it didn't have all of this sort of like stuff to it, so it's getting better and better. And Jonathan Cauldwell is a chap who certainly knows what he is doing. Right, okay, so up ladders, jump across stuff and solve things. There's a floaty box there. I think we can jump on that to get across to certain bits. There we go, let's go back this way maybe, I don't know. Down, let's go down. So lots of different screens to explore. These reviews aren't about expert gameplay. We know this if you've seen any videos. You might have seen all of them, I don't know. It's all about seeing how you would have got on your first or second go. Would have been enough there if you want to play it again. And more importantly, stress busting. It's nonsense, dodgy gameplay, nonsense chat. It doesn't have to be that serious. We're just having a bit of a laugh, as you would have done as a kid around someone's house. And that's the only reason you went round there. Or maybe to eat their sandwiches or something, I don't know. It's an interesting enemy. You might have designed your own graphics, you might have designed your own games, I don't know. Occasionally people send, well I say occasionally a lot, people send me their games through Twitter or links to them. I haven't got time to review all of them, you know, but I've reviewed some of them and I'll keep going as time goes on. Right, okay. Subscribers to the channel, I tend to push them forward, in particular members as well. Good luck to you. Right, there's a thing going up and down, we're past there. Egghead is yellow in this one, a lot of the other ones he was red. That red's giving me a bit of eyesight problem, but look at there's a bit of shadowing, unless that is my eyes going a bit weird. Where are we now? Halloween Ball. Well, I don't really, oh I see, there's a skull going up and down too. Like all the Egghead games, it's moving quite well. It's moving at a bit of speed, it's been compiled well. Also, I seem to be going around in a bit in circles now as we go round the Med. Round the Med, Ted. If you are currently going round the Med, that's short for Mediterranean, but I'm sure you knew that, an ocean on planet Earth. If you're going round the Med, then let me know. If you're on Mars, you haven't got any oceans. This is a bit where someone says, watching this in 1,000 years' time, yes, we have got oceans on Mars. When was this recorded? Well, it was recorded in the year 2023. If it's the year 2203, where you are, you might be on Mars. If you are watching this on Mars, then comment below if YouTube still exists, or in some strange superverse, I don't know. Things get old. If I mention to you now Friends Reunited, or MySpace, you probably think that's another era, and that wasn't that long ago, really. So whether YouTube survives, I 100% do not know. But let's keep this retro gaming alive forever. 8-bit technology, people are still writing the games. So if you're a coder or a writer or someone who just does graphics, keeping the thing alive, then well done you for keeping this thing going. And subscribe to the channel as well. Big thank you to the subscribers. If you haven't already, and you watch this far into the video and like this kind of guff, and want me to do more of course, because it's always in the balance with the competition, please consider subscribing. They're massive thanks to the subscribers already. And a huge thank you to the members, because you're the engine room that really does keep me going. So thank you. Starts at just $1.99, but if you can do that, then great. If you can't, well, don't worry. Your comments and adding activity and watch time is good as well. I doubt Jonathan Cauldwell is watching this, but if he is, a big hello to him. He's done a lot of good games. Check out his stuff. I downloaded this from a site called Spectrum Computing. I think you can get it from World of Spectrum as well. So there we go. Normally, if the author does comment on the videos, happens quite a lot actually, I will pin it to the top. So if you want to send him a hello and all that sort of stuff, you can add to those comments there. Right. Dooby-dooby-doo. Yeah, so they got a good longevity. I think the last one was 2017. Egghead Goes to Town. So getting a while ago. I don't know if Jonathan's done any others after this, or whether he will do any others after this. I think he might have exhausted it. Maybe he wants to do a driving game. That's just an idea. A driving game based on Egghead. Now, when it comes to homebrews, we are rather, well, we've got too many really platformer games. I like to see a bit more variety. It's hard to make them original. Good character, this Egghead. I think it's with the success of programs like AGD, that's Arcade Game Designer, and the ZX and the like Manic Mine and Jet Set Willy editors. People have taken those apart, and they certainly know how to do platform games. Let's have more puzzlers. Let's have more sports games, like Daley Thompson's one. That would be good with different sports in there. That would be awesome at Homebrewer. Can you imagine that? A homebrew game, a new homebrew game to rival things like Hyper Sports or Daley Thompson's Super Test, those like that. That would be rather good. Racing games, need more of those, or fighting games, that would be awesome. But at the moment, I think we're going to get more and more platform games. I don't think this year, 2023, is going to be any different, and I'll probably review quite a few of those. But if there was a bit of variety, that'd be awesome. I'd certainly go out my way to review those if they were free, or the author sent me a copy of them. Boom! Right. Red again. Right, we're it's the puzzle element this time. We're collecting stuff. First gameplay was the collection, their collection items. This is a bit more puzzle. When I say puzzle, it means you've got to pick up items and drop them in the right place in other areas. So 2 gameplays here, 2 for the price of 1. The other Egghead games, to my knowledge, didn't do that so far. And he's got an additional somersault. It's pretty well coded too. Do check out the reviews of Yodes of Nessos and Ark of Yesod, because that's the first time I remember something somersaulting like that. And of course there's Dizzy as well, isn't he, who likes his somersaulting. Right, Biff. That's going over that bottle. This is the cocktail bar, and it's a haunted cocktail bar because everything's moving around like crazy. He's had a lot of ventures, this Egghead guy. He's not too dissimilar. He's like a hybrid between Horace from the Horace Goes Skiing games and Dizzy. So if they had a baby, I'm not sure how that would work. There we go. So what's going across here? This is interesting. Go across this thing here. Right. Is this going to take us to somewhere else beyond the boat, I'd imagine? Here we go. Oh, we didn't go somewhere. I think there might be then. I think there might be an item we need to collect, which would get us a little bit further, maybe, or maybe that is because, as I say, it must be going somewhere, but at the moment it isn't going nowhere, unless there's a sort of like jump I could possibly have done. Open sea. Up. So this isn't a walkthrough. I'm just showing you a bit how the game would play. The enemies are quite well coded. Not a big fan of the red, to be fair, but you can get used to that. The bosses are good in this one. The enemies are good. Oops. Good idea to set it aboard a boat. Other boat games, of course, are Worst Things Happen at Sea. That's one of my favourite games of all time. But I never got past like stage 3 or 4 where you had to get the oil in the boat. Check out that review. Worst Things Happen at Sea. That's a good old game, that one. Love it. Classic game. I think the Silverbird Software, I think, might have done that one. Good the hornpipe music too. I tend to prefer, just for the nostalgia, I tend to prefer the old classic games back in an era, but there's definitely a divide. The homebrew games with the better compilers, we can get more out of the ZxSpectrum, and the classic games back in the day you can have more nostalgia for. But it's good seeing these new games, and I hope it just continues and continues. You see in the top right, we can pick up to 3 items. We've got some kind of traffic cone. God knows where that goes. But anyway, if you've been drunk in your early 20s, or even later, you've obviously picked up a traffic cone. It's not a good night unless you pick up a traffic cone. What's that going across the top? It's an alligator on wheels. If you are an alligator on wheels, then comment below. What's your beef? How did that happen? Crazy stuff. It's a crazy nightmare boat as we go into the cabins. It's an who'd book a trip on this boat? It's a deaf boat. Deaf boats are us. Right, so don't bump into any of those blue spirally things. So maybe we have to do an up jump and a down jump. We definitely got to get across here because there's probably some cool screens across from this bit. Right, I'll do... You've got a lot of control. When you jump up in the air, you've got a lot of control. You can go left and right while in flight. Damn it, I'm going to get up here. Lives are in the top right there, if you notice there. You might be able to see a number. It gives you plenty of lives, which is good. Right, hang on. This is it. Oh, I thought that was it then. 4 lives left. 4 lives left. Right, I'm determined to do this or not do it. But either way, at the end of the review. The end of the review should be about 10 minutes long. I think we're over 10 minutes. Hey, that was good, so a bit of styly by me. Let's see, is it worth getting over to here? It's the top deck. But we can go higher. It's a top deck, but there's a ladder going higher. What's that? The poop deck, or the nincompoop deck. There's Alligator Wheelman again, and some strange bass going up and down. Not too similar to that Otto creature that turned up on Berserk if you were hanging around too long on the Atari 2600. I don't think a Berserk come out. Oh, it did sort of like come out on the ZX Spectrum, but it was in basic. It weren't very well. It was a bit of an old one, didn't move very well. Berserk on the ZX Spectrum, as I go off into a tangent again, there's a homebrew called, featuring Horace, of course, Horace and the Robots. Check out that review, Horace and the Robots. Robots. Oh dear. 3 lives left. Okay. A lot of yellow going on here, a lot of yellow and red. They did like the yellow and red. Right, hang on. Oops. Oh. Losing it. This is the navigation place. The navigation place, but how are they navigating it? I can't see any computers or sparkly buttons. Oh, there is a wheel up the top there, so that must be a clue. Probably have to bung that somewhere. Where can you bung the wheel? Right, find anchor first. Oh, there's a clue there. So we need to find the anchor and bring it to there. Have you seen an anchor anywhere? I know there's an anchor butter. That's not going to be very good. Right, round the mid. It's not really a good sea shanty song, is it? The music is good, I think it's great, but I would have liked a nice sea shanty song. Be a bit more in style. This is a bit more classic. So that's one criticism. But how can I criticise the music? It's brilliant. But I just like a bit of a sea theme. That's been extra super picky. I do like the way it shows you how many rooms you visit. I like this game. 2 modes of play, expansion on the original game, an evolution, and now the chap can somersault, which is great. So folks like having a look at that one. That was Egghead Round the Med, or Egghead 5, on the ZX Spectrum 128K, published by Jonathan Cauldwell in 2007. Got any comments about this game, similar games, homebrews, or anything retro, then by all means put that in the comment section below. I really love reading your comments, getting a bit of community spirit on the channel, because that's what it's all about as we stress bus forward. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.